Hello, well, here I am sat at the back of the bus, and this is the dining seating area, technically. And these seats have to stay because they're actually formed into the bus. The rest have been all ripped out. But I thought, well, this bit would be a nice little dining area, perhaps, or sitting for my morning coffee kind of vibe. I don't know, I'm just making that up. And but the thing I did think was, well, those seats that are there, they pretty much just slot onto this formed plastic. I'll just reupholster them. It can't be that difficult, can it? But they do have to be reupholstered because they are ming-ging. I do not know what happens on these seats, but whatever it is, don't get CSI in because what will they find? But I thought, I can do this. Surely it can't be that hard, can it? So I've gingangulified it, and the results are, shall we say, hit and miss? Well, here I am preparing to do some reupholstering because those things there lurking in the background, giving me the eye, are the back panels to the back seats. I'll explain all that in a minute, but they're brilliant actually. They're all just slot together and they are all just bits of fabric stapled over wooden foam, so I think I can manage it. Famous last words. This got to go though, that blow. It's not on my mood board. It is minging. Foul. Stinks. So it's got to go anyway. And I don't really have a theme at the moment. That's part of the problem. But I always think when you do a room, I always think start with the sofa or the chairs or something, because they're the things that there are less options. Whereas you can get almost infinite number of colours for the wall. Just have computer matched whatever you want. But sofas are harder to match. So I always start with the bigger furniture items. So I'm kind of doing that with this. I'm starting with the upholstery fabric, which I've not been to the places yet, but I've got some in mind. Obviously theme-wise, I don't know. The bus is gold. So, you know, and I don't do neutral and I don't do black and white and sort of that kind of, you know, vibe. I do bling and colour and texture. I love colour and texture. So it's going to be a plainish background, I suspect, with like pops of colour and bling, because I'm a bling kind of guy. Trouble is, part of it also is everywhere you go now, to every hotel and every restaurant and everything's done up with all this sort of boutique hotel business. So kind of a lot of fabrics which I love, like tweeds and things, are already taken. They're already very much a boutique hotel lobby look. And we've always gone in the house for the kind of just buy everything you like and just sling it all together. And, you know, I mean, we love it because we love the items and I ain't entering no competition. I'm not going to be doing any of that, am I? So what do I care what people think? I don't care. So I'm just going to buy whatever I like, whatever catches my eye, like a magpie, and I'm going to sling it all together. So it's either going to look like a hotel lobby or a dog's dinner. So yes, that's the back panel that goes against the back moulded seat in the bus that's already there. And then these bits here, these, I'm just going to show you there, you see there's a sort of clip. That clips into there and creates a sort of slightly tombstone effect, and that's there. And then the seats clips onto the base of it. It's all very clever, really. And they just, I can just follow, I think, what the people did before. The people. Just terrible camera work here, I'm so sorry. But when they cut out their thing, they just cut this sort of, obviously a cross shape. God, the camera work's awful, so sorry. A cross in there and then just folded and stuck and stapled it back. I reckon I can do that. There is one slight anomaly though, is that 3 of the seats of the 5 on the back are like this, just sort of thin boarded ones, fairly normal. And then 2 randomly are like this, big thick nuggets of things in a completely different fabric. So I don't know what that's about. There's a story there, I think. But I'm just going to keep them as they are, just recover them as they are. There's 5 to do, shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to measure them all. I've got my trusty cloth tape measure and I'm going to make a template. I'm just making it up. I'm going to Google it. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'll know everything there is to know, and I'll be an expert. Then there's also this seat, which I'm calling the jump seat. It's the one that sort of pulls down. I've taken the back off it. It's surprisingly heavy, actually. It's on this metal frame. It's the one you sort of pull down to sit on in the area where the wheelchairs or baby buggies go. And I've taken these off. These come off pretty easily, these ones off the frame. But this seat doesn't come off very easily. I'm not quite sure how to get that off. But I'm going to put this in the doorway as a little pull-down seat. That's another idea. But this frame is so heavy. Crikey. And also, I'm going to do the driver's seat, but that is going to be a piece of work. This might be a little complicated, but I think I can do it. The driver's seat, I don't know. May have to get a professional in. So this is the driver's seat. I mean, I just realised, look at this carpet. It's down in my garage. Who has carpet down in their garage? Me! Isn't it bling? I'm not putting that anywhere. But this is the driver's seat, which is, when I turn it over, very destroyed, I think, safe to say. Put the camera upside down. All the springs are gone in this, and my knees crack. They're barely hanging on. They're all broken off this side anyway, and just snapped off everywhere. So it's a proper full repair job. Plus, I'm not quite sure how to get the fabric off. So again, this may be a bridge too far. Right, well, that's the update of the reupholstering. The project can now commence. First of all, I'm going to strip all the fabric off the frames, I think, and then create some templates, maybe, and measure everything with my trusty tape measure, and make templates, I guess. Oh, I don't know, because I haven't Googled it yet, but I will have done by the time I show you the update next, and I'll be an expert. So, but I've also had another idea that some of you may remember. There was Johnny Foster on that there Emmerdale farm, who was my character's husband. He is now in Australia, and he is a very talented interior designer, decorator, and upholsterer. So why didn't I think of this before? I'm going to FaceTime him and say, now look here, ex-pretendy TV husband, help! See what he says. Probably just slam the phone down. Can't slam phones anymore, can you? Where's the drama in that? It's tapping on the screen. It's not the same. Anyway, I'll let you know how it goes. Wish me luck. When you look on the internet, it says use a bread knife to cut the foam, which I think is fine on the normal phone, but on this that's made up of all these pieces like this, it kind of shreds it. Whereas the smooth knife, like this, makes a lovely smooth line. Foam cutting tips with Matthew Booth. Most of the videos online say you should wrap it with batting or Dacron, so I bought some, but I may have slightly over-ordered. Anyway, measuring out and slowly cutting along here, except I've got the worst scissors in the world. These are like the kitchen scissors that I use to, like, I don't know, cut bacon or something with, so it's the best I can do. Of course, I'm ensuring that I'm rolling with the old adage of measure twice, cut once. It looks so pretty, it looks like a cake. So essentially, I built this sort of Princess and the Pea layer of foam, and I've had to put it onto a board because there's nothing to secure it to on the bus otherwise. So I've left a little bit of gap because I'm assuming I don't want this to be on the material, and I know it says on the Tinterweb that you shouldn't attach the Dacron batting to the wooden base, but I'm just wondering as if it all pulls down, it would just protect the material better from this rough edge. Interesting, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm thinking this could all be a bit of a disaster at this corner, but I might cut all that off. But I've erred on the side of larger, obviously, and I've got a trial piece of fabric, so I'm going to give that a go and see what happens.